Fuck you, Daniel Cook. And you too, Emily Yeung. I remember this show would come on and I think to myself, who do these kids think they are? They get to come on to any job they want. They get to live their best life. Basically, the premise of this show is these two kids would get to go to take your kid to work day, but without their parents. They just go to whatever job they damn well pleased, get to check out the job market at a young age, see what they'd like to do. The rest of us didn't get to fucking do that. The rest of us had to go to school. And he always seemed so ungrateful. Like he always, or at least fake gratefulness. Daniel Cook always came out and was like, wow, like this is such a cool job. Thank you for sharing. And he'd always get shit. He'd always get to eat like really yummy food or get to drive a tractor or something. I've held a grudge against Daniel Cook and Emily Yeung my entire life. I would come home from school after a hard day of education, doing complex math problems like 8 divided by 2 and the first 3 digits of pi. Then I'd go home and my sister would be watching TV, and then Daniel Cook or Emily Yeung would come on and they'd get to drive a Zamboni or eat delicious foods. And it filled me with rage. I'm sure Daniel and Emily are fantastic people and have grown up to be well-adjusted members of society. But there's an anger within me that has not gone away. Theme song was kind of catchy, though.
This is Daniel Cook on a bike, in a plane, on a farm, playing games with many places and friendly faces. We'll have lots of fun with Daniel Cook.
Are you ready to make some pizzas?
Yay!
Let's go.
Look how unenthused he looks. He's making pizzas and this guy's taking them back into the pizzeria, into the back of the pizzeria, and all he can, yay, it's all he can do.
Ready to make some pizzas? Let's go.
What's your favorite type of pizza?
Mine would be a marinara pizza. Marinara pizza.
Look, he's
would
not
be
even listening.
Tomato sauce.
This is Daniel Cook tasting an anchovy.
He's not gonna like it.
I wonder if they taste good.
Let's see if you got Italian blood in you.
Tastes like fish.
What a comedian. What a funny guy, Daniel.
Go the other way, on top.
Oh.
That's it. Now you're officially a pizza guy. Officially a pizza guy.
See, he didn't have to go through any training. He didn't have to go through orientation. He just gets to be a pizza guy. Fuck you, Daniel Cook. The show's kind of like Dirty Jobs or How It's Made, where it takes you through the whole process of how this stuff gets done, except it's a kid doing regular jobs. Because Daniel is a coward and would never do a dirty job in his life.
Pizza, Daniel. That's hot peppers. I don't know if you want to put some hot peppers on there.
I like hot.
Are you
I like
sure?
them spicy
Okay, put
things.
very little.
Daniel likes things spicy. Little ginger kid. Bullshit.
Bit spicy.
See, I told you, he's complaining about the no respect. Comes into this man's pizzeria and spits in his face, disgusted by his anchovies, makes himself a too spicy a pizza after clarifying that he could handle the spice. Daniel Cook is a fucking charlatan. I bet you at the end of every show, his mom was standing behind the camera and had to go, Daniel, don't forget to say thank you to the man. And then they'd fucking roll camera and Daniel would go, thank you.
Thank you, Sal, for teaching me how to make pizzas. It was fun.
You're welcome, Daniel.
Hey, thank you for teaching me how to make a pizza. Asshole. So imagine this, like I was saying, you're 7 years old, 8 years old, maybe even older. Maybe you got younger siblings and you're in middle school. And you just had a shitty day, you didn't do your homework, your teacher scolded you, you had to write lines on the chalkboard. Maybe you were like me and you used to write comic books in class, and then your grade 4 teacher would come and rip it in front of you and make you go sit in the corner by yourself because you were distracting the other kids, just writing your own comic books. And then you come home and your sister is watching Treehouse or YTV or whatever. Daniel Cook comes on. And you're still broken up about your comic book being destroyed. And here's Daniel Cook driving a bus, riding a train, making pizza, which you're not gonna have pizza for dinner. You're gonna have spaghetti or some shit. And Daniel Cook's living large. And I realize that I'm assuming that Daniel Cook did this instead of go to school, but it doesn't matter. Daniel Cook probably got his dick sucked every day. Because he'd come home from, he'd go to school after shooting episodes of Daniel Cook. And all the other kids would be like, wow, what was it like in a plane? Or playing games, learning, laughing, playing, smiling. Did you have lots of fun, Daniel Cook? All right, let's check out Emily Yeung.
This is Emily Yeung, she'll score a goal, play pretend, make a bunch of brand new friends. Learning, laughing, sharing, smiling, we'll have lots of fun with Emily Yeung.
First of all, Emily Yeung just completely stole Daniel's, fucking thunder. Now, I'll say this. Daniel Cook was at least the original. Emily Yeung just came in and aped his entire show. Right down to the here we are. Here we are! Just repeat everything I just said, okay? I'll just play the same footage and I'll just dub over every time I say Daniel Cook with Emily Yeung. Because it's the same shit. Fuck you, Emily Yeung. And it's the same issue. You'd come home from school. You had your comic book that you worked all day on crumpled up in front of you and thrown in the recycling. And then your teacher said, Ben, stop writing comic books and passing them out in class. You're distracting the other kids. And then you go home and Emily Young's playing basketball with Chris Bosh.
The dribble. So you gotta get low. I gotta get real low. Like that.
Fuck you, Emily Yeung.
I am now.
Do you practice a lot?
Practice every day.
Every day?
Every day.
Chris Bosh does not want to be there. He's like, why the fuck am I chilling with Emily Yeung? Fucking discount Daniel Cook.
How did they choose the name Raptors?
I don't know the reason why.
Asking him who came up with the name the Raptors, Chris Bosh is just like, I know you might be thinking, geez, Ben, you're an adult man getting angry at two kids. But yeah, you're right. This is the most petty thing I've ever done in my life. Thanks for watching this episode of Ben Looks at Canadian Children's Content. I haven't figured out a title for this fucking show at the time of recording this. I don't know what the name of this fucking show is. I don't care anymore. I'm reliving a lot of stuff right now. I miss those comic books. Fuck you, Daniel Cook. And you too, Emily Yeung.